Hi, kids. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Joni Wilson from Nashville, Tennessee with Roxy Rue, and we're all ready for your now 7 p.m. Central Time storytelling time of my book series, The Dog Rescuers. We come here every night, and now we're going to start the new time, 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. because a lot of you had messaged me that you're already in bed or on your way to bed at 8 p.m. What do I know? I don't have kids. I only have furry kids, but I have a lot of little kids in my life, a lot of nieces and nephews and all of my friends' kids. And if you haven't noticed, I really am kind of a big kid myself. I haven't grown up yet. Don't tell anybody, but you've probably already noticed. And I've got a funny feeling that there's a lot of you out there that haven't grown up yet either. And you're tuning in as adults, watching and enjoying the book series and the stories because you know what? We all love dogs. We all love cats. And you know what? They bring the kid out in us. And even when you're my age and you have a dog, you still feel really, am I keeping you awake? I'm keeping her awake because it's her bedtime too. And a couple of you had actually asked me if Roxy was part of the Unicorn Club. And I wanted to show you that I actually got her a little shirt dress that says Unicorn Club. So yeah, she's part of the Unicorn Club. She's such a good girl. Nothing like having a great dog. And yes, dogs have a way of bringing out the kid in us, even when we're all grown up, supposedly, right? So, Roxy, you're just going to go to sleep now? All right. Well, we're going to let her fall asleep because this is a bedtime story, so to say. So, hey, nothing like right now, right? So, I wanted to show you before we get started that you can go on the website, which is thedogrescuers.net. www.thedogrescuers.net. And if after storytelling time, there's still so much that you want to know and about the different characters and learn a little bit more about them, all you have to do is you push the little icon here and it says Meet the Rescuers. Oh my goodness. So what I've done is I've got a little story time of each rescuer, each character, all about them. Okay, and like you're going to be able to learn all about, for instance, Zeus. Let's pull up Zeus, shall we? There we go. It tells you all about Great Pyrenees Zeus, his backstory, all right? And that way you'll be able to catch up. So if you're not being able to get me live, that's fine because you can catch up here at www.thedogrescuers.net, okay? And if you look, it tells you all about him, and it also shows his picture. But it's even cooler. See this little side arrow here? You can push that. And look what happens. You see actually pictures of the real Zeus. And it tells you all about him, who the real Zeus was, how he inspired all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's very interactive for you kids to just enjoy yourself, okay? I want you to go on there. It's very kid-friendly. We're tackling, of course, Kiddo and Zeus now are already at Abby's house. Okay, Abby, a little girl who is an unsuspecting human who's being trained as a dog rescuer, even though she doesn't know it. She just thinks she's just rescued a couple of dogs that have showed up at her yard. And that's all she thinks she's doing. But really the dogs are in a plan, a secret plan. And Kiddo actually can send out secret messages with his mind to all the other dogs in the areas, lost and confused, sad and abused, so they too can come and get rescued. And so the dogs start to show up at Abby's yard. And Abby doesn't know why, but each time a dog shows up, she's like, okay, I guess I'll rescue you too. Well, they're training her how to be a dog rescuer. That's the best part. She gets help with her cool next door neighbor, Luke, coolest kid in the neighborhood, all right? And they're becoming friends. Abby's been a bullied and kind of a scruffy little mishmatch kid that kids never wanted to be her friend. But Luke now has friended her because she's got these cool dogs. And in the meantime, he's getting to know who she is. He's getting to know her heart. He's getting to know she's a really great kid. So they're becoming best pals. So we've got Zeus, Kiddo, and guess now, book 2, and we're on chapter 3. We now get Romeo has come into the picture. The bulldog who has a little issue. Romeo is addicted to the garbage can. He likes to get in it. He likes to get stinky fish bones and old meat and old pasta and stuff like that. At the back alley, his favorite restaurant is Tamborelli's, which is Italian food, and we all know Italian food is the best. Hello to Italy, and any kids from Italy watching tonight, by the way. And we love Italy. And the best part about it is he knows that it tastes really good going down, but comes out as farts. He does nothing but fart, okay? So he's got such a farting problem that his family can't really be around him anymore. They're like, yeah, dude, you stink all the time. Can't handle it. And so he no longer gets hugs, and they kind of have to stay away from him, and he's in the throes of the addiction to the trash. So it gets so bad that he can't seem to stop the compulsive behavior. So he gets trapped one day inside a garbage can, going after something at the bottom. He falls in. The garbage man comes along, grabs him. Oops, sorry. Ooh, let me get you back. Let's get that back up. And the garbage man comes along and takes him away. And Romeo gets knocked out by being in this garbage can and being in the garbage truck, and he ends up in this garbage heap. And he thinks, maybe I'm in heaven. I'm in a garbage heap. This can't be so bad. I got all the garbage I could possibly want here. This isn't too bad, until 11 days go by and he realizes, okay, now I'm bored. I've had all the garbage I can eat. I can fart on my own and nobody's going to say anything. But what happens to me now? I have no hugs. I have no love. There's nothing for me. There's no future here in the city dump. So he gets down on his knees and he prays to the big white dog in the sky, because, we all think as a dog, God would be probably a big white dog in the sky, right? So what is it? It actually is not a big white dog. It's a big white cat. A cat shows up, has been monitoring Romeo's stuffing his face for days, just watching him abuse his body, okay? And the cat just wonders when Romeo's going to hit rock bottom. And Romeo gets down on his knees. And as he's praying to the big white dog in the sky, he doesn't realize he's actually talking to a big white cat to ask him for help. It blows his mind when he finds out that it's a cat. He's like, oh my God, this is going to mess with dogs from here on out. I can guarantee that. He is just blown away. Well, guess what? The cat is really his only way out of there. The way that cats can do, right? Cats can do things real stealthy, can't they? I mean, they can kind of go in the alleyways and above rooftops. And here's a little roly-poly, chubby little Romeo, and he's barely making it. But this cat, he's giving him a run for his money. Cat brings him all the way to Abby's yard on the other side of the gate. On one side, there's Zeus. He can hear them. What's going on? The cat's up on the fence line telling Romeo right now, hey, buddy, come on, get your act together. You're going to get rescued. If you go through this gate, this little girl and her next door neighbor, Luke, are being trained to be dog rescuers, and they're going to clean you up and they're going to find you a home. But you got to get your act together, get some courage, and go through that gate. Romeo is having a bit of a dilemma. He's like, if I commit to this, then I can't eat trash anymore. And I don't even know. I mean, do I even know what kind of place this is that I'm going to? He's nervous. And the cat says, ah, ye of little faith, find the strength within yourself and walk through that gate. Book 2, Purrfectly Unleashed. And as you can see, perfectly unleashed. Yeah, because cats purr. So here we go on. We're going to continue on with this chapter. Romeo says, I'm following a cat. How much more faith do I need to show? Romeo reminded the cat of how far he's already come. Let's face it, he followed a cat through all kinds of gullyways, alleyways, and rooftops. And yeah, okay, so he's doing pretty good. How you doing, Roxy? The cat hissed, arched his back, stopped the formal talk, and said to Romeo plainly, dude, just put one paw in front of the other. Your bravery will pay off. Your future is awaiting you, and it is so bright, you will need sunglasses. Romeo sat down and bowed his head. He realized at that moment he needed to give in order to get in. The cat continued, "Look, Abby doesn't know she is being trained. She thinks these dogs are showing up out of the blue. That is the genius of Kiddo, the best dog rescuer trainer in these parts, the best dog rescuer trainer around. He happens to know it too, and I've been following his work for years. And yes, don't tell him, but I'm a bit of a fan. He pretends to be lost," said the cat. "And once he is rescued by an unsuspecting human, he sends out telepathic messages with his mind to all the dogs, and in Kiddo's words, dogs lost and confused, sad and abused, so they too can get rescued." And you can see the cat has been watching Kiddo send out messages with his mind for a long time. He's been a fan of Kiddo's work. And Kiddo, of course, only sends out telepathic messages with his mind to dogs. So he thinks. And yes, Kiddo likes to rhyme. That is his marketing shtick. And I kind of dig it, and I try it out from time to time. Kiddo doesn't even know I exist. He doesn't know that I can hear his messages too. I just watch from a distance, so I'm leaving you in good paws, my dear friend. Whether you like it or not, we are new friends. Now, go through the gate, meet your destiny, said the cat. Romeo opened the gate with caution. When he stepped into the yard, the first thing he saw through the sun's blinding rays was Zeus. A ginormous Great Pyrenees, or better yet, a big white dog. As the sun glossed his white fur, he was almost too bright to look at. Zeus saw the new guy and excitedly ran up to greet him. Romeo stood frozen in his tracks with his back slammed up against the fence and fearfully shouted, "It's the big white dog in the sky! I knew it! I knew I was dead!" "No, you're not," Zeus laughed, "and I promise not to eat you either," Zeus said as he could clearly see Romeo was losing it. Seems to be a running theme around these parts where everyone thinks I'm the big white dog in the sky. I'm just a regular dog looking for a farmer and a job. Come on in, friend, and follow me. Zeus snickered under his breath at the thought of him being mistaken for the big white dog in the sky again. "Well, you've got to admit, there could be worse things you could be compared to," Romeo stated. Zeus smiled, held out his paw, and said, "The comparison does come with some pressure, you know." It took everything Romeo had to peel himself off the side of the fence, but he still wouldn't quite follow Zeus. "Are you sure I'm not dead? You look pretty bright to me, big guy," Romeo asked. "Well, come on, little brother. It's all good. It's just the sun. You're not dead. However, it looks like you got Kiddo's telepathic message, which tells me you are looking for a new life. He is expecting you." Zeus kept snickering in amusement. Kiddo gave a sigh and fearfully answered, I didn't get a message from a dog. The cat showed me the way. He said," as he pointed up to the top of the fence, and from on top of the fence, the cat tipped his ear and said smugly to both Romeo and Zeus, "You're welcome." Zeus looked on in bewilderment, looked Romeo and the cat in the eyes sternly, and said, "Yikes. You have to make sure you don't let Kiddo know that the cat is getting his telepathic message. It will be more than he can handle and put him in a fragile state. I need to focus now, and that we are on the Plan B mode of operation. We got to keep him focused. We are all in need of new homes, and Kiddo is the key. Got it? Don't let this cat out of the bag." No pun intended, Zeus reminded them. All of a sudden, from the other side of the yard, you could hear a voice say, "Wait a minute. Wait a darn minute. Did you say cat? Kiddo chimed in feverishly as he ran over into the action. Here's Kiddo running over. Kiddo was a small mutt with a big, bold attitude. He looked scruffy, and he liked it that way. After Abby and Luke studied dog breeds on the computer, they figured out that he might be a mixed mutt between a Havanese and a Norwich Terrier, possibly. Well, Miss Roxy, are you good? She's coming back to join us. Come here, Roxy. Gonna sit? Okay. She's back. She had to go get a little drink of water, I guess. So they thought he was a Havanese or a Norwich Terrier. His grayish and brown fur, big bluish green eyes, and scruffy good looks made him irresistibly cute. He was a roamer and took pride in being no man's dog, but every dog's friend. He knew his special telepathic powers were important to the world of rescuing dogs and people, but with all the good he was doing in his missions, he was definitely prejudiced towards cats. It was his weakness. You mean C-A-T? You mean kitty? Kitty? That's impossible. My secret messages with my mind can only be heard by D-O-G-S. Yes, that would be dogs, Kiddo yelled out. The cat smirked in a knowing way, like he now had a deep secret he was going to keep as long as he could. And his white fluffy tail curled around his body, and he stared at Kiddo with one blue eye and one green eye, and replied with complete composure, "First of all, thank you for that spelling lesson. Second of all, you're right. Maybe I hear them, but maybe I don't. But one thing's for sure, as I don't label myself. Call me a cat, a dog, a horse, an iguana. I don't care. I'm all of those things in my heart. And BTW, I was raised with dogs, so I understand you. I've been watching you, and I am a bit of a fan." The dog stood in silence. "So call me Kitty Kitty too is condescending and rude, especially since I've just met all of you," said the cat. The dogs were surprised. You could hear a pin drop. The cat just rhymed? That was Kiddo's shtick, and everybody wondered how he would react. Then bursts of deafening laughter erupted as they all agreed and howled out, "We aren't trying to label you. You're obviously a cat. And the fluffiest, whitest one we've ever seen." And the drawings are by Kimberly Cranfield. She's great. There's the kitty up on the fence line, and you see Zeus, Romeo, and Kiddo are just totally losing it. They can't believe this cat doesn't really think he's a cat. Kiddo walked up and sniffed him, just to double check. He wasn't so sure he had a handle on this mysterious cat. Was he teasing Kiddo, or was he flattering Kiddo? So in rhyme, well, if you're not a cat, and that was then what is your name? And better yet, what is your end game? The cat replied to the rhyme off between him and Kiddo, "Well, my name is Snowflake, and I wear it proud, and even though I'm obviously up against a tough crowd." All at once, the dogs bursted out in laughter again, as they could not believe the bravado of this cat rhyming with Kiddo. They knew Kiddo truly believed that he had cornered the market in rhyming, and here was a cat, of all things, breaking the rules. Kiddo barked back, "You do realize it's my shtick to rhyme, and that Snowflake is the #1 cat name of all time." Snowflake jumped down from the fence, shaking his head, and replied, "What difference does it make? Someday you'll see that we're all created equal from the same animal family." Kiddo puffed up, walked up to the cat with a strong reminder. "Now, Kitty, I'll give you a second look, but if you're going to stick around, I'm the one that gets to rhyme in this book." Snowflake knew he was up against dogs who liked to pack together. And allowing a cat into a pack was going to take time to create a new shift in attitude and opinion. But he was a big, strong, and open-minded cat that sought out knowledge and truth and believed all creatures were created equal. He was up for the task and not planning on going anywhere. So, like all cats, he turned, walked away, proudly showed his butt, and then he jumped up on the fence's edge to continue to observe the silly doggy behavior. And there's the cat and kiddo in a standoff. And that's it for chapter 3. So tomorrow night is chapter 4. What's going to happen next? Oh my goodness. So now we have kiddo is just all in flux over the fact that he can't believe a cat is also hearing his messages. All this time he thought, no way, this is just for dogs, man. Only dogs. So the cat's got him wondering, though, does he really hear his messages or doesn't he? He hasn't fessed up yet. So we'll find out this later. But one thing we know for sure, the cat is a little perturbed with kiddo, and kiddo just can't stand him because he's a cat. So kiddo can't stand cats. There's a problem. And this becomes a problem along the road. So I want you to remember that whatever you want to watch on the past chapters to catch up, you can go on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Dog Rescuers Online. All you have to do is like it. And automatically you can see all of the past chapters and videos. And you can also follow along if you want to get the book. And it's on iBooks, it's on Nook, it's on Barnes & Noble, it's Amazon, it's Outskirts Press, or you can buy it at www.thedogrescuers.net, or you don't even have to buy it at all. If you just want to join me every night for free and I read it to you, I love to do that too. So I want to put a shout out to all the kids in Canada, all my nieces and nephews, because I am from Canada originally, but now I live in the United States. And so all the kids across the United States right now, I hope you continue to join us. We have kids watching all the way from Mexico, from Spain, from France, Germany, Finland, Switzerland, Great Britain, Ireland. I got messages from Ireland. So I want to say thank you. And Italy, by the way, that's favorite Italian food. That's what Romeo likes. He loves Italian food. So I just want to say thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night. We're going to keep 7 p.m. Central Time as our time, okay? You take care. Go to sleep. Wash your hands really good right now for your mom and dad. And peace. Remember, we're making the world better one dog at a time.